Hi, my name is Deborah, and I'm assistant principal within a New York City public school. And basically, what I'm asking is for educators to join me in a conversation about social emotional learning and creating opportunities for students to become socially and emotionally aware so that they can continue to do well academically. So the question is there a relationship between social and emotional learning and academic achievement? When we talk about what social emotional learning is, the definition of social emotional learning is uh, it's the process of developing social and emotional skills in the context of a safe, caring, well managed, and engaging learning environment. Um, the key word being safe. Um, creating spaces within schools where students get to actually articulate how they're feeling. And as educators, we actually get a chance to teach students the skills necessary to be successful in terms of um, recognizing and managing their emotions, caring about and respecting others, developing positive relationships, behaving responsibly and ethically, and making good decisions. So, if you are an educator, I'm sure I don't, especially in New York City public schools, I'm sure I do not have to tell you about how students sometimes come to school very upset. And when they are so upset and in such an emotional place or state, it is very difficult for them to receive the information that we as educators are trying to impart to them at any given period. So teaching students how to get in touch with those emotions is becoming more and more important because um, children are going through more and more, or they're exposed to a lot. There's a lot that they are going through. And when they come to school, a lot of schools, unless they're quote unquote courageous schools, they're not necessarily given a chance to really operate as a person, to actually raise their hand and say, I'm sorry, but I don't feel well. And can I share something that devastated me, or can I share something that I'm feeling at this particular time? Um, being that, we're working on Common Core and it's high stakes testing, and we're really trying to move students forward academically, there is a real need for, at least in my opinion, for students to be able to learn about who they are as social and emotional beings. Um, this is a key piece that seems to have been left out of, the it's been left out of the conversation. Um, Students are people, and people have emotions, and sometimes those emotions are so strong that they block learning. So it's important for us to uh, really take into consideration the fact that when students come to us every single day, we see them as not just a student who has the ability to achieve academically, but a student who also has the ability to achieve socially. A student who, once they actually become proficient in these skills and they practice them on a regular basis, then they will be able, when I say these skills, I'm talking about the emotional skills, such as recognizing and managing emotions, or um, behaving responsibly and ethically, giving them opportunities to practice being those social, or being those kinds of people that actually will contribute to society in a productive way, is just as important as providing students with opportunities to read and expand and be critical thinkers. Um, so I am, asking that, educators come forward and we really start a dialogue because this work is important. It's important for us to discuss, whether or not social emotional learning and social emotional learning programs um, can actually benefit a school community. And, during this conversation, we can share stories and then we can also share information about programs that schools are currently using and look into those programs and see how we can bring some of those programs into our schools so that we can eventually help the students who struggle emotionally, um, and also help other educators who, sometimes come to school in a bad mood and sometimes take it out on our students. So there's a lot of work to be done within schools to address the social and emotional needs of not just the students. Of course, the students need it the most, but also um, the teachers and the faculty that are within schools. So please, you can, write back and, write a response at the bottom. You can respond with a video about why you think social emotional learning is necessary or is beneficial to a school community, or why you think that it isn't. Okay. Um, but I'm asking that you do it in a respectful manner and we create a situation where we are sharing information for the good of our students, for the good of our children who will one day grow up to be adults and will have an impact on our society. I thank you and I look forward to hearing from you.